Hello, it's Ken Woodsman. I'm here again to present the second part of the presentation that I'm responsible for, and it'll be the preparation and implementation of the short and long range plans for the Boy Scouts of America Area Cato Council. So I spoke to in the first presentation a little bit more about or said I would speak to the details of the values of the Boy Scouts of America and Cato Council. So here they are. The Boy Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times. The Boy Scout Law, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The Scout is trustworthy, loyal, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, clean, and reverent. And also, a Scout is always prepared. I guess with these morals, it'll help align with what we're at today, where we want to go, and how we're going to get there. So one of the first things we did is do a resource analysis as it would relate to the revenues for a nonprofit organization. We pulled that data from a 501c3, and years that we were able to get that information were 2012 and 2013. So a little bit of gap, obviously, between 14 and 15 as we would compare it to a 3-year plan between 16, 17, and 18. Nevertheless, we have the data and we did some resource analysis. The two types of revenue for the Area Cato Council are charitable donations and program service fees. So with that analysis, what we found from the 501c3 is the fact that from 2012 to 2013, there was a 27% drop in overall revenues. Fairly concerning when you're trying to consider about trying to increase membership and retain those that are in the organization already. So that said, that amounted to, from 2012, $1,572,833. And then in 2013, it fell to $1,147,948. And with total expenses in 2012, they were $1,415,454. And in 2013, they were $1,287,178. Total revenue is declining while future resources, as we spoke to earlier, will continue to rise as we go forward. So this is the short-term perspective. We felt it was really important that project number one is to hire a youth area director for the Area Cato Council. The 5 elements that we felt that were important in this position were provides leadership first and foremost. Secondly, to be able to transform a culture for a nonprofit entity, and then think outside the box for fundraising. This will be a huge element because we're going to have those revenues and resources to continue to sustain and grow the organization on a go-forward basis. And obviously the ability to attract various kids from various different diverse backgrounds. I think that's critically important for sustainability of today and into the future. And we feel that the local candidate needs to really know the community leaders and have those relationships. That said, on project number 2 is more of a long-range strategic perspective. So we're going to, in addressing the total shortfalls in revenues. So project 2 is a 3-year growth in total revenues. So, and we feel that we're going to increase revenues 35% in charitable donations. We need that to be able to do what we need to do to keep membership where it's at and grow it. And 20% increase in program service revenues. We feel that we can charge a little bit more over the 3-year period and for the same services that we have if we continue to provide value and invest in our technologies as well. So how are we going to do that? We're going to use social media to a greater extent than we already do with Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter. And we're going to get really involved in the community and with other nonprofit organizations to really sell the message of the higher purpose across the community. Whether you're in Cub Scouts, church group, or anything of that matter, disabled veteran services, I think we need to have greater alignment between the nonprofits. What is our message? What do we serve the community? Also, making donations easier for donors to pay. For example, establish a GoFundMe account where we can do it right there on our smartphones. Make it convenient for the parents and guardians to donate to the organization at their leisure and at their times. And also, as I mentioned earlier, in year 1, we're going to go ahead and increase program service fees by 4%. So project number 3 is to integrate more innovative technology. What does that look like? What does that mean? We're going to launch a new apps for parents and guardians that will really be helpful as a reminder, a scheduler, right there on your smartphone. And also, one of the features that we want to do is we want to personalize a journey for whether it's a Cub Scout, Weeble, or Boy Scout throughout their entire journey through the organization. We want to have things where we can look at where they're at currently with their merit badges and earning statuses and really make it personal to them. Some of the features we'll speak to a little bit more is really, one of the other ones is the fundraising aspect of it. We'll have a local fund or a personal fundraising goal for the scout and the parent or guardian, and then over the overall Cato Council, and then it'll be updated on a daily basis, so right there, so we can see it. And if we see it, we feel maybe we can contribute to it and have an influence on that scoreboard, if you will. So that's one aspect of it, badge progress. The other key element we really want to focus on is the health aspect of it, so we can monitor our steps per day, meals eaten, calorie estimators, calorie burn estimators, those things of that nature, heart rate, so that, you know, with one of the things earlier we spoke to, obesity, I think that would be a benefit or demonstrate value to the scout, where they could link to their smartwatch or their smartphone and be able to give them that constant feedback or information when they need it to bring value in that regard. So we feel that that's going to be a huge benefit. So how are we going to monitor, hold accountable, and what are we going to monitor, or the key performance indicators? So ongoing monitoring accountability with the 3 initiatives primarily resides with the youth director. The youth director will report to the board of directors every 2 weeks, because it's mission critical at this point to increase revenues. And I think as we keep the scoreboard constant in front of us, we'll have it there, we'll change as needed, and maybe you know, to adjust accordingly. So, but we have 4 KPIs, and what do those look like? Well, the first KPI is to grow new membership in 2016 by 3.5%. A modest goal, to say the least, but nevertheless, with these new initiatives, I think we got to set a pretty modest goal, and it's aggressive but yet modest, I guess. And in 2017, 5%, and in 2018, 9%. Key performance indicator number 2 is grow retention rate by 5% in 2016, 8% in 2017, and ultimately 15% in 2018. KPI number 3, youth and parent guardian satisfaction score. So what we tend to do is on a biannual basis with a 10-question survey is really get the parents' feedback and the kids' feedback, how satisfied they are with the program. And we'll structure the questions such that we'll get some pretty good feedback, and we'll probably even have some comment sections in there that folks can write in that direct feedback, if you will. So the goals for that metric would be 96% in 2016 and